Welcome to Letters to Rising Leaders. It's a podcast series about God, soul, love, and leadership. And I'm your host, Tom Mohr. If you're joining along in my book, Letters to Rising Leaders, this is week 46, and the topic is gaps. Today, I'd like to share the story of Elyse Vandersteen. When I talk about rising leaders, what it means to be a leader of goodness, I'm talking about people like Elyse. Elyse is 24 years old, and for the past 6 months, it's been my privilege to spend 4 hours a week with her. We've been in her recording studio. Elyse, at 24 years old, has already built a recording studio, has established a music practice. She teaches children and adults. And I have had the privilege of working with her to record the songs that I've incorporated into these podcasts. When I decided to do this weekly 52-week podcast series, I only had 13 recorded songs, and so that left 39 to record and produce. Elyse has been by my side through all of it. And over the course of our time together, I've come to be truly inspired by her. She gives me hope for our future. Elyse has many gifts. She's a great musician. She plays 10 instruments, drums, bass guitar, acoustic and electric guitar, piano, mandolin, violin, and more. She's a versatile singer. And she's shared her musical gifts many weekends in church. She has a deep interior faith. She's always ready to serve. Just a couple weeks ago, she traveled with her father to Africa on a medical mission. And there they provided medical care to children and adults with no other access to the surgeries and other life-saving medical care that they need. And the photos that she posted on Facebook were just inspiring. They were filled with joy, holding a child in one photo, playing guitar to a group of kids in another. She's really amazing. Elyse Vandersteen is a leader of goodness. And she's also had to struggle through a lot of gaps. Elyse is autistic and diabetic. And through her growing up years and into early adulthood, she was hurt time and time again by a loved one, which shattered her sense of self-worth to the point that in her teens she frequently struggled with suicidal thoughts. Her autism reveals itself in a struggle to pick up social cues. She once told me the story about working in a liquor store, and she was stocking the inventory, and the manager came over and asked her, "Elyse, would you like to vacuum the store now?" And she answered no. After she was fired, she sorted out what had happened. She had taken the manager's words literally, that he was asking her opinion, and she was in the midst of stocking the inventory. She wanted to get that job done before she moved on to the next thing. Had her boss simply said, "Elyse, I need you to vacuum the store now," she would have happily stopped and moved over to that task. And so she learned. When Elyse and I first met, right when we began to work together, she said to me, "I'm autistic. I sometimes come off abrupt and rude, and I just want you to know it's not intentional. Just tell me if that's happening, because it's not about anything you're doing. It's about my condition." Just saying that alone made all the difference. You know, what inspires me most is how she has journeyed through the hurts of her youth. And she's not medicated it away. She has confronted the suffering and walked through that valley with God by her side. And because she's done the work, she's gained some important realizations. That those who hurt people have in most cases been hurt themselves. There was nothing she did. It was never about her. And the more she saw this truth, the less power her hurtful experiences had over her. God does miracles with imperfect tools. I think, good leader, we're all called to do the work on ourselves with God by our side, to take our gifts and our gaps, coping as best we can with our gaps, and move into this hurting world to serve in whatever way God calls us to serve. And in our families and communities and churches and charities and cities and nation and world and planet, He has so many needs. He needs more leaders of goodness. Follow the lead of Elyse Vandersteen. Do the work, and then step out into the world to follow God's call to serve. The song I wrote that I'm sharing today is called You Are Mine. It's sung from God's perspective. We are God's cherished ones. We always have been, and we always will be. Robert Berry joins me on instrumentals, and the children's choir you're going to hear is sung with multiple tracks by Lauren Kadlec. Enjoy.
You were mine at the moment that love gave you life. You were mine as you cried in your mom's arms at night. You were mine in your first steps, mine in first word. You were mine in your innocence, loved and affirmed. You were mine in your childhood and mine as a teen. You were mine in your highs and lows, mine in between. You were mine when you ran away, lost and alone, and mine as you struggled to find your way home. I'm here, not somewhere in the stars. I'm here, come flying to my arms. Come into my love, so deep and so true. I am your God, and I'm waiting for you. You were mine when you lashed out in bitter chagrin. You were mine when your anguish gripped you within. You were mine when exhausted you gave up the fight. You were mine even when I vanished from your sight. You are mine every minute of each passing day. I will never, no, never, ever go away. You are my cherished one, you're in my heart. We will never, no, never, ever be apart. I'm here, not somewhere in the stars. I'm here, come fly into my arms. Come into my love, so deep and so true. I am your God, and I'm waiting for you. I'm here, not somewhere in the stars. I'm here, come fly into my arms. Come into my love, so deep and so true. I am your God, and I'm waiting for you. I am your God, and I'm waiting for you.
Come into my love, so deep and so true. I am your God, and I'm waiting for you. Well, that's it for today. I hope you'll join us next week for the next episode in this Letters to Rising Leaders podcast series. As I say each week, leader of goodness, go in faith to love and heal the world.